culture is a big challenge. The culture that people hardly want to break or change because they believe that whatever the elders did is the best.
Bolivians honor many age-old customs, like this pilgrimage to the shrine of Huarcupiña, where they break rocks for wealth and good fortune. But Ruth Saavedra says honoring one age-old ancestral tradition isn't likely to bring them wealth, much less health or happiness.
In countries like mine, in Bolivia and Latin America, we have a large percentage of people cooking with wood still. And the cooking habits are the hardest one to break.
Saavedra is the owner of Sobre la Roca, which makes solar cookers. The social entrepreneur says Bolivian women can spend up to 6 hours every day preparing meals over a wood stove. And they'll spend 4 to 5 hours just looking for wood to fuel their kitchen for 3 days.
And most of the time it's the woman who goes and collects the wood, but it's also the children.
And the health of both women and children are affected by the acrid smoke of cooking fires inside their homes. The UN World Health Organization says that inhaling kitchen fire smoke is the equivalent of smoking 2 packs of cigarettes a day.
The indoor contamination, indoor pollution is something that people doesn't realize that is a small killer, quiet killer.
A killer that Saavedra wants to stop by replacing the smoke of the cooking stoves with sun rays.
At the beginning, they didn't have idea of how it works. I couldn't blame him because it was something that it was so amazing for me that I had to teach others because it's so perfect.
Saavedra found perfect materials locally available to make her solar ovens. Recycled glass, wood, and wool insulate the box. And a reflector at the top made of old printing press aluminum bounces the sunlight into the box, bringing heat in and never letting it out.
It doesn't have any contamination. It doesn't use any fuel. It's just a device that you put it on the sun and your food cooks.
Unlike cook fires and gas stoves, the solar oven doesn't need to be tended, so women can be more efficient with their time as well as saving money buying fuel. Saavedra has always championed against poverty.
When I was small, very young, there was a very hard economical situations in Bolivia. I remember how we used to make lines and lines to have just a few pounds of rice.
When she was a teenager, she decided to become a revolutionary.
And I got the chance to meet Che Guevara.
She was also imprisoned and nearly killed.
I was supposed to disappear, but things happened that I'm still here. I don't say that it was the right way. Now that I grew up, I can't understand that. But the intentions, the thoughts were for the good of the people. So that's where I come from. Do things for the good of the people.
I love this man.
Introducing people to solar ovens is Saavedra's revolutionary thinking now. With the help of a Canadian NGO and microfinancing from a local bank, 50 families in this community purchased Ruth's solar ovens. And more families are interested in buying them. But just because people have the solar ovens doesn't guarantee they'll be used.
She's got solar cooker. ¿Por qué no has ido a la reunión?
So the challenge is keep on visiting them, keep on encouraging them to stop using wood, talking about how bad it is for their health and for their children.
The smoke from wood-burning stoves has damaged Virginia Elba Escobar's eyes. But over the years, she's still chosen to cook in the traditional way, to make a Bolivian staple dish known as mote.
Y a mi esposo le encanta el mote, entonces siempre tengo que estar cocinando mote.
But now Virginia is cooking with Ruth's solar oven, and she's discovered the solar oven has improved on tradition.
El mote también cuece más rico, porque ya con todo el sabor.
And instead of 12 hours to make mote, the solar oven only takes 6.
Lo puse casi a las 10 de la mañana, lo puse, ahora ya casi ya está para las 2 ya va a estar el mote.
It doesn't just save her time, it's helping to save the environment too. Wood-burning stoves produce black carbon. These solid black particles absorb sunlight and are the second largest contributor to climate change after carbon dioxide. Scientists have only recently started to appreciate the effects of wood-burning stoves on the atmosphere, so while putting out one cooking fire doesn't seem like much, if you multiply...
It's a large percentage of families burning. It's not just few.
An estimated 800,000 Bolivian families use wood stoves. And worldwide, 1/3 of the population still cooks with wood and other burned biomasses.
All this haze all this contamination, all this damage, that man is causing it. Each of us needs to make a change, because I always leave the people with the thought, with the challenge. What are you leaving for your generations coming? What are they going to find when you are not in this earth anymore?